Hi everyone, today we're going to go over Bittrex's API so we can build a bot very similar to how we did it with Bitfinex's API about 2 years ago. So I want to give a shout out to one of my viewers who did request this. I'm going to try not to mispronounce your name. Durotoi Oirinde says, can you please put me through on how to adapt this to Bittrex API? So we're going to do that, just some simple PHP with Bittrex. So first thing you're going to need at Bittrex is create an account. Then you need to enable your two-factor authentication because you cannot create an API key until you have two-factor enabled. And for two-factor, they exclusively use Google Authenticator. So you're going to have to go on your phone and download the Google Authenticator app. Once you have that, then you can click Add New Key. And then you can give it permissions. So you want to give it read info permissions, trade limit permissions, trade market permissions, and I recommend you do not give it withdrawal permissions. Then you need to go to the authenticator code, open up your Google Authenticator, type it in, whatever 6-digit code is there, and then hit update keys. You will then have your API key up here and your secret down below. You don't want to share this with anyone, but I'm just showing you guys for tutorial purposes. I'm going to delete it afterwards. And so you're going to need that to access the API. And you're going to need money on the exchange, so send some Bitcoin over so you can do some trading. And then there's some simple examples that Bittrex provides on how to do the HMAC. So it's almost exactly like Bitfinex's API where you do the SHA-512 HMAC. And then theirs is a very, very simple rundown, just doing it with curl and you throw it in the header. And then that's it. So get yourself set up, and once you're set up, come back to this video. We're going to test the API. Once we've tested the API, we're going to look into making the bot. And you have to think of two things, mainly two things of how you're going to do it. How are you going to automate it? Are you going to run it in Python on your computer and just have your computer run all day? You're going to do it in Node.js and deploy it on the cloud? For this tutorial, we're going to use cron jobs and PHP. So I'm just going to throw it on like a DigitalOcean server really quick, and then create a cron tab, and then it'll run it whenever we want. And then we also have to think, what kind of algorithm do we want to run? Do you want a day trading bot? Do you want to make it based on, if price drops by N amount or M, and then buy, or whatever your algo is. And that can get kind of tricky, and it's a good way to lose money. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is instead create a portfolio manager bot. So, we can call out to, let's say, CoinMarketCap API, fetch the top 50 altcoins, and see which one has the least amount of percentage change for the last 7 days. And you go, okay, this one isn't very volatile right now, but what we know about altcoins is that they get volatile. So maybe you want to run it once every 7 days, and then you'll buy maybe the 5 most least volatile, and then change it every week, or whatever it is that you want to do. I mean, that part's all up to you. So I'm just going to show you that example. Alright, and if you haven't already, create a new PHP file and go over to Bittrex's API documentation area. It's under the Help menu under API documentation. You scroll just a tiny bit down the page and you'll see this example. And we're just going to copy this whole thing and we're going to stick it in our file here. And then you'll see API key and API secret, so we're just going to grab that from over here. So here's our key. Put that guy in. And then we'll grab our secret and put that in. Now, the secret is only available once when you first create the key. Once you refresh or come back, the secret is no longer visible. So make sure you save the secret before you close out or move windows. From here, we're good to go ahead and test, so we can just go ahead and save our file. And I'm going to run it locally on my machine to test it. I'm going to use XAMPP here, and I'm going to enable Apache on my server. I guess I don't need MySQL, so I'm just going to turn on Apache, and then I'm going to go to where I have it, which is localhost 8080, and then /Bittrex. And bad request. So let's see what we did. I don't really like how they did the curl here. It's quite different than oh. So an extra space after the API key. That could very well be the issue. Let's try this again. There we go. Now we got a response. We know the API key, the secret, all that stuff works. Cool. Let's try another endpoint. Let's jump over to CoinMarketCap and work on the algo that we're going to use. We're going to use their API, and we're going to grab their ticker, and then we're going to pull the limit. So let's pull that up. This one was with limit 10. Wait for it to load up. So it's going to return the top 10 cryptos based on, I believe, market cap. You can change this to what you would like. Let's do the top 50. I'm going to copy this over, and we're going to loop through and check all 50 and see which one meets what we want to add to our portfolio. So let's see. CoinMarket will equal that URL, and that'll show us the top 50. We can do a file get contents, so JSON decode file underscore get contents true, and then inside there we'll just put the coin market, and then we're going to be looping through 50 of them. So since we already know there's 50, we don't have to check the length. We can just do I equals 0. As long as I is less than 50, then I plus plus. Oops. All right, there we go. And let's do the top 3. So let's create a counter. I'll say counter is equal to 0. And, well, no, let's do if. So let's first check. Let's say if counter equals, or if counter is less than 4, then we'll go through, and then at the very end we'll do counter plus plus to increment it. Alright, so now let's go back to CoinMarketCap. We want to check which ones we want to buy based on the percentage changed for the last 7 days. So you can get like percentage change will equal FGC straight bracket I, referring to the increment, and then it is percent underscore change underscore 7D. And then we can also do another check. If percentage change is less than, let's say, 4%, and if percentage change is greater than negative 4%, so that way you have negative change and positive change somewhere in between there, then go, okay, we got to hit, let's check the other things we want. We want the symbol of whatever it is. And let's get the price, so let's call it cost. So this one will be price underscore BTC. Let's change this guy over to symbol. And then we need to figure out how much of this can we buy. So we need to get our balance from Bittrex and then divide a certain amount. Let's say 1/5 of our balance is how much we want to put into each one. So we'll divide it by a 1/5, and then we'll divide that 1/5 amount by the cost. Then we'll know how much of whatever symbol this is we want to buy and add to our portfolio. So back over at Bittrex, we're going to want to use the account endpoint and get balance and specify the currency BTC. We're probably going to want to change what we have up here and just make it into a function. So we'll keep our API keys up here. Let's do function Bittrex balance. Open and close, just like that. And then copy here to here, or cut it, rather. Paste it in. Let's work on our alignment. Alright, and then inside, we're going to need our API key. You're going to need the API secret. Let's see, what was that endpoint again? Account / get balance. Account get balance. API key nonce, that's fine. But we also want to specify and currency equals BTC. That way we can get the balance. It's going to come back with balance under result, and then we'll grab from available. So available with a capital A, that's important. So let's come in here. Actually, you know what? Since we're pulling this info back in JSON, let's add a return transfer true for our curl options. Curl opt return transfer comma true. That'll be getter, and then in here we'll make this true as well for JSON decode, and we'll just want to return the object. Well, actually, no, let's just grab the balance. Let's just do it here. So let's do balance will equal object, straight brackets, result, straight brackets, available with a capital A, and then we'll return balance. And then this way, this function should work to get our balance. Actually, let's give it a try. Stick it in here. Let's see, it's a Bittrex balance, and we need to put in our API key and our API secret. And then, let's see, it returns. Here, we need to change that to, let's do our balance will equal that, because it returns it as that. And then we can actually just to test it out. Since it's going to be in a loop, let's also put in a break like this. And balance. Let's see what we get if we save and run this guy. Oh, looks like I missed something. That looks good. Alright, so now it's fetching from CoinMarketCap, come back, and we got a blank. And it looks like the counter on the wrong side, so if I put the counter inside, then it works and it's spitting out the balance. You'll see I paused the video for a second and did some debugging to figure out why it wasn't working. But now it's coming out with our balance. So that's the available balance. Now we need to do whatever amount we want to invest or put in for each coin. So we'll do, let's say, fifth BAL will equal our balance divided by 5. The amount to buy of the currency in question will be the fifth balance divided by the cost. And the cost is coming from CoinMarketCap, so it's a little different, but it should be close enough. I mean, worst case scenario, you're just going to have a limit order instead of a market order. And then what we're going to want to do is we can do another function and do one for a Bittrex buy. So let's go and see what we need to do to buy. Account. I'm lost here. Let's just buy. Buy limit, that's the one we want. Sorry, I accidentally zoomed in a bunch there. So let's do another function. We can just copy this guy, but instead it'll be for a buy. Change this to Bittrex buy. We're going to need the API key and the secret. We're going to need the symbol of what we're going to buy. We're going to need to know the quantity, and we're going to want to know the rate, like at what rate we're buying it at. So we're going to need to change this to, let's see, market and then buy limit. Buy limit, API key, currency, nonce. So in here, let's start copying these guys. We need market, quantity, and rate. Copy, move back over, paste it in, an extra and. So we want market BTC hyphen whatever the symbol is. So we're going to go out of there and append in the variable symbol. So whether it's Ether or whatever crazy new fad that is out. Oops, extra. And for quantity, we're going to do the quant and rate. Let's change that down to rate and nonce. That seems fine. Looks like I got it all. Bombity bombity. Let's take this stuff out. We don't want that in there because there's no balance. So just do return object, and you don't even need to do any of this. You can actually take out the return transfer for this one. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'll leave the true in. Alright, so Bittrex buy, let's see. So it meets our things, we get the symbol, and now we want to do the actual buy. So we will do Bittrex buy. I'm going to have our API key, our API secret. We want the symbol, and then we want the quantity, which is amount to buy, and then lastly the rate we want to buy at, which is the cost, which we got from here. And that should be okay. Let's make it a variable so we can spit it out afterwards. Print our buy and save, and that should work. It should buy us the least volatile, highest market cap altcoins. Quantity not provided on line 42. Fifth bow balance equals Bittrex. And I misspelled fifth over here. F-I-F-T-H, bow. Let's try this again. Save and run. Alright, so it looks like we got it. We got true UUID, so we got an order there. Success UUID, we got an order there. And then false invalid market, well, can't help that. And then here's another one, UUID. So it looks like we bought 3 different altcoins. You'll see I already have some in here. So it bought some Golem, some Ether Classic, and some Decred. And you know what, this video is already getting really long. I didn't get to the automation part, but I mean, it's really simple to Google how to do cron jobs in DigitalOcean. If you just do a lamp stack on DigitalOcean with PHP, and then once you log into your shell, you just do cron tab. It's literally just cron tab -e, and you run it, and it brings up this text file, and then you just write in your cron job to run this, and you can run it every day, every 7 days, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching the video. It was kind of messy, so I apologize for that, but I'm not really familiar with Bittrex, so it was my first time going through it. I'm going to post this code up on GitHub, and I'm going to put a link down in the video description so you guys can just copy it and go from there. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever it is that you do, and I will see you guys next time.